Razak Musbao starts off with the 2023 edition of the Baby Jet Under 16 African Tournament, which kicked off earlier today at the Cape Coast Stadium in Ghana Central Region. Now, the tournament, which will feature 32 teams from across Africa, aims to provide a platform for young players to showcase their skills and potentially secure professional contracts. Now, founder and former Ghana captain Asamoah Gyan has been stressing the benefit the young players will get to joy sports.
It's important for Ghanaians and the whole of Africa because we trying to develop talents, for the near future. Of course, when it comes to football, of course our target is the Black Stars. Make sure we go to play to win the Black Stars, but we're focusing on the grassroots, to have a strong foundation, and then we take it from there. So it's very, very important. When it comes to me, I support grassroots football a lot, and that is what we are planning to do.
What next for these talents after the end of the competition?
Yeah, as you said, there will be a lot of scouts there to monitor these kids, from Europe and stuff, to just pick their players and then make sure they take them to Europe and then continue their careers there. There'll be even universities outside who wants to even take some of the kids, give them scholarship and stuff. Not necessarily people playing that system will just go to the top level. Definitely you get people furthering their education and stuff, and that is what we plan to. We're just trying to help them, and I think for now the response has been very, very, very good. So yeah.
One of the things I saw from your Twitter feed was the fact that from the semi-final stage, the matches are going to be on television. Just how great is this for the young talents, and what advice would you offer to these young talents who will be coming on?
Yeah, our time we didn't get that exposure, so we spoke to SuperSport, because of the relationship I have with them, and everything went on well, so we decided some of the games will be telecast live for everybody to see. And when you see this case, even the appearance, watching them on TV, they'll be very proud of them, and seeing themselves on TV, it also boosts their confidence to push harder to achieve their dream. So it's something we are trying to do to make life easier for these kids coming up.
Let's go to the Champions League now, and coaches for both sides, Inter Milan and Manchester City, have been speaking ahead of that final on Saturday, and it's Simone Inzaghi who's been heaping praises on Manchester City ahead of the upcoming Champions League final in Istanbul on Saturday. Now, addressing the press ahead of the final earlier today, Inzaghi described the Premier League champions as the strongest team in the world at the moment, which in turn makes them a difficult side to play against. Now, Simone Inzaghi will be playing his first final as a coach after defeating rivals AC Milan in the semi-final, and will be looking to clinch the club's fourth Champions League title. Let's talk about Real Madrid forward Karim Benzema, former Real Madrid forward Karim Benzema, and he bid an emotional farewell to the club ahead of his big money transfer to Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. Now, Real Madrid confirmed that Benzema will leave the club over the weekend, and the Frenchman subsequently played his final game against Athletic Club on Sunday, signing off with a goal from the penalty spot. The 35-year-old is now set to take on a new challenge in the Middle East after 14 trophy-laden years at the Bernabeu, and he said his last goodbye in front of the media on Tuesday morning. Now let's come back to the FA President, an earlier story where the FA President has been speaking about the low turnout to Ghana Premier League centres, and he's lauded his administration's efforts in trying to get fans to the stadium. Well, according to him, it says that it is not just the responsibility of the association, but also of the clubs to enhance fan engagement activities and other marketing strategies to ensure that a large number of Ghanaian football fans turn up to the stadium. It's one more game to the end of the season, and the FA president is hoping the fans will wrap it up in style.
You would accept the fact that the fan is an important partner of football, for which reason any football association whatsoever, wherever, must be interested in the active consumption of football by the people who love football. And in our country, I want to see all our stadia full on every match day. And I would want to believe that every club owner in the country also wants same to happen. That's why it's so important for our clubs to engage in a lot of fan-related activities, to ensure that they keep the fans with them, to ensure that they reawaken the passive fans, and to ensure that the very active ones are also kept alive. But in saying this, it's also important for the Football Association to also roll out strategies that will also ensure that the fan is interested in domestic football. And I think that in the last few weeks, your Football Association, our Football Association, has been quite proactive in our own way in getting fans much closer to the sport. I know that we still have a lot more work to do, but collectively, we all have a role to play, and we have to play.
Well, that's all we have for you on Prime Sports tonight with me, Razak Musbao, and then we're going to leave you with some more stories making the headlines on Sports Bite.